All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis clarifying and dismissing a lot of rumors that are out there with him and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Thank you. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to be talking about Gervonta Tank Davis in the 135-pound division, who just put out a real crazy Instagram picture of Floyd Mayweather Jr., has been saying some things related to contracts and such that had a lot of people, including myself, a little bit confused as to what is going on. And he now clarifies it very, very directly. And now, since we know what the deal is, we can dismiss a lot of this other stuff. Now, before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. It really, really does mean a lot. Thank you specifically to my guy, and the people in the live streams, the support in the super chats and the Cash App. You guys, Adrian, thank you. Adrian Molina, thank you so much for your support. Greatly, greatly appreciated, especially, and also you guys' support in the super chats of these videos, super thanks of this video. Really does mean a lot. But if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and join the crew. Would be a really good opportunity to continue to talk boxing with you, which we do on a daily basis. All right, so let's get into this. Gervonta Davis is not signed to Floyd Mayweather Jr. per Gervonta Tank Davis, who took to Twitter in a response to someone who was talking about this latest incident that took place. And specifically, he says, "I am not signed to a single soul." Got it. Now, that means he is not signed to Floyd Mayweather Jr. What does that mean as far as boxing goes? You guys can stop saying that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not going to let him do this and not going to let him do that as far as it relates to him being promoted and part of Mayweather Promotions. Now, if you recall, there was a lot of conversation going on before he fought the fight with Rolly Romero, where they were saying, he was not going to sign the contract, or that he was not going to be re-signing with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now, Gervonta Davis's actions and his words most definitely could make you wonder what he means. I by no means am saying that what he had said before was clear, because it wasn't clear. He said after the Rolly Romero fight, after he beat Rolly Romero and he was walking off with Leonard Ellerbe, he turned around and he said, "and still Mayweather Promotions." Right? So that would make you think that he signed with Mayweather Promotion. However, he was in another interview and he said that he's a free agent and that he can do what he wants to do. You have never heard from Leonard Ellerbe or Floyd Mayweather Jr. that Gervonta Davis re-signed with Mayweather Promotions. What you did hear was that Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather Jr., Leonard Ellerbe, and Al Heyman would always work together because obviously Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a big part of the PBC. And there's a relationship between Gervonta Tank Davis, Al Heyman, and the PBC and Showtime. So as long as he's going to be fighting with Al Heyman as his manager, fighting on Showtime on the network, on a platform which is the PBC platform, you're going to have a connection between Gervonta Davis, and Floyd Mayweather Jr. I also suspect that you will always have a lot of smack talking about Floyd Mayweather Jr. from Gervonta Davis because he's been doing that very, very consistently. However, it doesn't appear as if that is going to be the difference in the thing that holds up any particular fight getting made. The things, however, that do hold up the fights from being made, I think, will still remain in place, whether or not Floyd Mayweather Jr. is his promoter or whether he's a co-owner in the PBC or not involved at all, which is that the other lightweights and the people that are in that division with Gervonta Tank Davis will have to come over to Showtime to make a fight with him. And as long as they are not able to do that in a fashion but whereby Bob Arum is going to know that he's going to make a lot of money, it's going to be difficult to get them to cross that side of the street. Recently, for some reason, people have been pointing to the fact that Errol Spence Jr. is willing to fight Terrence Crawford, and he was on the other side of the street. Was is the operative word in that particular scenario. Terrence Crawford was signed to Top Rank. He's not signed to Top Rank anymore. Now that he's not, he's free to deal with Bob Arum with the PBC without having to deal with Bob Arum. That's not the case with Devin Haney. It's not the case with Shakur Stevenson, and it's not the case with Vasily Lomachenko, the other guys that people consider to be big fights in the lightweight division. But those roadblocks are going to be there with or without Floyd Mayweather Jr. So as far as Floyd Mayweather Jr. handicapping him hiding behind Floyd, whether or not he's trying to get out of a slave contract with Floyd Mayweather Jr., he's not in a slave contract with Floyd Mayweather Jr. It also clarifies some tweets that he made before where there was a tweet where he said, I had Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s lawyer look at the contract that I had with Floyd, and he responded to me that if you were my kid, you wouldn't have signed that. Right now, people were thinking that meant that he was talking about a contract that he was currently locked into, when the most reasonable reading of that, or a more likely, now I'm not saying the only reasonable reading, because that's a reasonable reading, but another reasonable reading of it is that it was a contract that he had in the past, and that he was no longer in that contract, and he was talking with Floyd Mayweather's lawyer and saying, look at the deal that I had signed in the past. You see why I may not want to sign with you in the future, right? Now, but now he's saying very, very clearly, I am not signed to anybody. Right now, does that mean that he's going to be able to go over there if he wanted to? He could go fight on DAZN, that he could fight on ESPN or whatever. It does. It probably does mean that, because he's not signed to an exclusive deal with Showtime, like say Jaron Ennis is with Showtime, where all of his fights have to be on Showtime. However, those fights are going to be with the people that are going to pay Gervonta Davis the most money. And I do believe Gervonta Davis probably does have a considerable amount of loyalty to Steven Espinoza and Showtime, because those are the people that have been paying him the money. But it seems to me that more than likely what he did by not having Floyd Mayweather Jr. as his promoter anymore is now he doesn't have to pay that promotional fee to Floyd Mayweather Jr. He probably is, however, still going to have some amount of responsibility or tie to Leonard Ellerbe, who seems very much like he is still, actively talking about what Gervonta Davis's day-to-day fights and what his next fights are going to be, because there's no reason really to separate that whole team if those guys can make something work. And that's what it seems like it is to me. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. With that, I'm out. Peace.